Hi, I'm Pietrovich Pap, and I've been negligent. I've been building, and I tend to build quick, and I didn't get enough updates, so we're going to take a quick walk around. This is video number 4 of this build, and this is supposedly my grunge hut here. The theory is this whole island was to make it an island that I got stuck on and I could build from what I had, sort of. And so we've got it. This grunge hut was really grungy. Now it got a little bit better, but we can take a look at it. We'll cam in. But so in my quest to be somewhat real about everything, I needed fresh water on this island, so I created a rain catching system, piping that goes into my water tank, and it could be gravity fed, clearly, but I wanted to pressurize it, so there's a pressurizing unit here run by electricity. Well, okay, where's the electricity come from? Well, I put up my wind turbine up here, so we get some from wind and convert it, and over here I put up, besides a pole sticking out of the top here, let me fix that whilst I'm here. Don't want a pole through the middle of your solar panels. Okay, so let's see how that works. Boom. Okay. So at any rate, I've got solar panels, so that no battery system, but yet I've got to put that in, some kind of battery system going on here. Let's see, another thing to go fix. This is a little bit of, I guess, education on fixing things. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll make that blank, and I like to black lacquer everything. Of course, black lacquer fell off the ship somewhere, and it's what I got. It's what I got. So anyway, I don't always do that, but many times I do. It has a nice, crisp standout. All right, so back to the thought at hand here. So, of course, you have to have a fire, a beach fire at night. It looks really nice at night. I'll show you during the day first here. I made this kind of ship's light, turning on and off. I always wanted to make one of those things. So at any rate, I put up mosquito netting, insect netting on all the windows or openings, and the doors as well, netting, and place to sit. And of course you have to have rats, right? Rats come off ships. There's one scooted underneath the chair. There he is. So they don't bite or anything, but it goes along with the ambiance. Old plank wood here, really nice place to sit on the logs. And I piped in the plumbing for the water to the sink. And then I went and built this old-time refrigerator, which has leftovers in it: eggs, Clausen pickles, milk, orange juice, mayonnaise. Fell off a ship, of course. And of course, Coors beer. And place to prep for cooking. And I've got my propane bottle that I built back in here. And tried to make it some, there's another one of our friendly rats. And of course, supplies. And I brought in and altered for fans. I made the spinners that I use for generating electricity. I altered them, and they became space fans, because it is warm in the tropics, of course. And a bedroom, Sassy helped we got some grunge locker here. And then, well, I found this big propeller washed in on the beach, brought it in, cleaned it up, made it into a spinner, a fan. That goes along with the motif for sure. And that's pretty much The house I did put in, for the sake of argument, I did put in a teleporting system, which goes almost everywhere on the island. Let's set our world to midnight, and you can see the house, how nice it looks. You can turn stuff on and off, and nice place to sit out on the porch here. Navigational system out there for the ships right red returning from sea, so it's nautically correct. And we also have our comets coming in now, and I got a good portion of the weather system up and running. That was not easy to admit. Every time I do it, can they make it any more difficult? But it's gorgeous. And then we have a shower out here. The weather system's controlled by a really modern looking controller that you don't want to have. You have to have it up somewhere so you can use it. So I made this phantom wall rock structure so I can turn on and off the weather as I want. Even have snow if you wanted. So, and on top of that, I then put a hang glider up there, and I can make a little sitting area up there, and maybe a waterfall. Something like that. So the other thing that I did here was, in our old Sims we had lots of different ways of getting around. So I got my boat reser out, and windsurfer, swimming ball, and one of these really fast scooters. Man, are they quick. We may take that and take a look at it. And now out there is Sassy's place. Really cool. It's an underwater system as well, and I just started to put out some of the plant engineering, as I call it. We're limited to 5,000 prim here on this island, so we have to be very conservative of how we build. And of course I did build a, oh my gosh, there's a couple more rats out here. Of course it's by our bathroom. Now when you're in the Army, you learn, especially in Vietnam, we used to have bathrooms like this, and basically you sit on a toilet seat that hangs out over a 50-gallon drum, and then you pull the drums out the back and burn them like that with diesel fuel. But in this case, I decided to have a little bit of fun with some of my friends, and so here's your 50-gallon bucket, but it's a 5-gallon bucket that has a Let's Go Brandon sticker on it. And so you basically sit here and you close the door and do your thing. I still have to put some TP in here, but there you go. It's my Let's Go Brandon bathroom on my little island here. Okay, so cruising on down the beach here. This, of course, is the entry into the pressurized system, and we'll go down that in a minute. Lots of new stuff out there. Let's take a look up here. I put in an observation deck. And here's the other side of the island. I'm working on some of that. Minimal build. Again, trying to get along here. And this is the observation deck. I could set my draw distance further out. Let's see if I can do that. Remember how to do that. There, that'll bring a little bit more in. It'll take a little longer sometimes, but that's how you do that. So I would normally be really putting a lot of tropical plants and everything in on the various islands, but in fact, in this case, I've got to do it minimally. So there's our kanji. For those of you who ever watch this, you should go over to pdws.biz and look at our defenders, self-defense tools. And if I could walk like a drunken sailor here. So we're going to open our pressure chamber and we'll head on down. Don't let the air out. Now you can see I built quite a bit. All right. So you can see I built a lot out here. Let's go this way. We can see we've got the dome, which is my underwater office, pretty much stuff put in where we want. This is kind of a funny story. I had a starfish stuck on the outside, but when you turn around and look from in here, there was nothing there. Well, I realized I need the bottom of the starfish too, so that's literally two prims, one sort of mimicking the other. So you use that one on the outside and created this one for the inside, almost the same. To the casual observer, that's something, and a media thing didn't load here with my TV, although I'm probably going to pull that out. Don't sit down here and watch TV. But this is the area here, that little writing area, and I still have to do a lot of work out there, but the office really is going to be over on this side, so I can overlook all the various stuff going on out there. And my home is across the way. I just started to put in the kelp beds. I've got our hydroponics going, a coffee shop going. So let's go over. We can take a look at the coffee shop. Coffee bar, which is going to be a wine bar down here. And just to orient yourself, that's my underwater house that I still have to work on. It has just 3 rooms in it at the moment. I'm gonna do a bunch more crazy work over there, I'm sure. And then up here is the start of the a coffee bar. And we got a coffee machine over here, so you can get your cup of coffee and sit down and look out over the bay out here, the lagoon, and there's sharks out there and all kinds of stuff. We'll walk out there in a minute, but as you sit down, the sharks are going to go by. And although I'm not seeing any at the moment, we can pan out here. I just put out a few, and come out this way a little bit. There they are. I even have a great white, or 2 of them. Let's turn the world to midday. You'll be able to see them a little bit better. We can see our sharks and be able to put out our all of our various kelp and everything. Now, while we're looking, look here. I've got an urchin seabed that will help feed the people here on the island. And we can zip over. Last thing I'll add is the fish. That way I can sit at each table and put in fish, and so you can see them without any question in the underwater world here. See if I can reach it from here. I can. Let's go over to the hydroponics. And still have some work to do here. Oh, there's our starfish again. And you can see a lot better here. Maybe I ought to make the coffee house down here. But at any rate, you can kind of sort of see where I'm heading with the fish and some of the rocks and all of that. And then in here itself, my floor is somewhat see-through, so you can actually see the urchin beds underneath. But here's wheat and bananas, and I'll be putting in fruits and some more vegetables and stuff like that in here to be able to feed us, and that'll be nice. Let's go out the pressure door out onto the ocean floor here. So from a farming standpoint, I'm trying to get everything in here that we need to feed everybody on the island. I was going to put in a fish smoker, but what do you need a preserving fish smoker for when you have fresh fish in the lagoon and out on the ocean? Gotta watch that first step coming out of there. Now, I'm not pleased with the way that the kelp is. I just threw some out last night to get a good feel for it all. But here's the kelp beds, and of course we can eat the kelp, so we can harvest this kelp. Probably need to grow some rice or something. Oh, there's a shark. Gonna go right through me, I think, or right past me. Get out of his way. But out here I roughened up some things, roughened up the ground, the sand, and my house again. So I'm thinking of putting a kelp bed itself way out this way. What's nice about this kelp, it's only one prim and goes a long way. So if we're trying to, this whole area out over here is completely wide open to do something with. And I'm thinking more farming, more like a kelp bed farm, something like that. So you can see it's pretty nice out here. I don't want to see if I can zip along here. Can we run maybe? There we go. And then finally, we are starting to rebuild the Mermaid Cove area here so that we can have a dance floor, a bar, and mermaids. So that's the progress so far on this side. And Sassy's actually put up a pretty neat house. I'll probably do a video when she gets ready just of that. And so this is Lion Build video number 4. And I'm Pietrovich Pap, and I might see you underwater, Second Life. Everybody have a good day.